Good evening. Welcome to the latest
The latest
prison wallet. No, welcome to the latest video of Microbrew Gamers. I'm your host, D, and here's Proxy Fox joining me for tonight.
Greetings from all the Adu gamers.
So tonight, we've got some fun.
Yes.
We're going to be checking out Inhopnito. I've tried it out before.
It's got that spy versus spy sort of look to it.
So we'll have to show. Yes, he's all incognito.
He's incognito hops, I think. I'm guessing that's the whole beard look he's going for.
Yeah, it's the hops.
Yeah.
At least you hope that's what that is.
Either that, or he spends a lot of time styling that beard.
Yeah, it's a lot of beer styling.
I got this epic beer. It puts the beer in beard.
Yes. So we're gonna crack it open. I have tasted this before, but my buddy here has
I have not. The bottle's upside down. Independent craft.
So this is an American IPA from the Berkshire Brewing Company. It's got an ABV about 6.2%. So it's ABV. And its IBU is about 40, so mid-range for beer. So it's not a very bitter IPA. Now it's got the scent of cantaloupe, light citrus, and berries. Go ahead and take a whiff of that, man. Just take a hit of that
I can smell
scent.
it from here. It's great.
Oh, it's fantastic. It also has the
It actually does. It does smell very fruity. I like it.
It's got a caramel accent to it when you taste it, slightly. All right.
It does. That's not as bitter as I was expecting.
This, for an IPA, this is not a bitter beer. It's got all that fruity flavor, and it's not quite sweet, but it's almost.
Yeah, it's like it wants to be, and then it's not. That's kind of delightful.
I like it. It's definitely a summer beer. I can sit there with a fruit salad, drink this beer, only because I like the hell out of some watermelon and cantaloupe, especially in summer.
I'm sharing with my off-camera guest. Yeah, no, you definitely get like the fruit from it.
Yeah.
And then it's like the bitterness comes in afterwards, but it's not like a punch to the face. It's just kind of like, here you go.
Yeah, the attack is almost fruity at first, and then you get that full body, kind of like a little bit of the bitterness, and the aroma is so nice. So that's a pretty good beer. What would you pair it with personally? Just out of personal preference and taste.
Oh man,
There's no solid rule to this one.
Oh, I know. I mean, I feel like everything pairs well with pizza, but that could just be me.
Another hint that we're living in the Matrix, right?
Yes.
Everything tastes like
everything.
chicken.
Everything pairs with pizza. You ever notice how everything goes well with pizza? Oh my god, except pineapple.
Lies.
No, pineapple has no place on pizza.
Actually, you know what's really good though? I do ham, pineapple, and add jalapenos.
You lost me at pineapple.
I'm gonna put pineapple and jalapenos in everything you eat. I'm gonna sneak in.
Oh god, I'll be full of regret and more regret.
But either way,
regret during and after eating.
But yeah, this is definitely a summer beer. Now, not a hot day, guzzle it down type because the high ABVs.
Yeah.
6.2 as opposed to, whatever that more watered down crap has.
4 point something? I don't know.
But I'm really digging this. I didn't used to like IPAs that much. I didn't used to like the bitterness, but I'm really digging IPAs more and more the more I drink them. And this one is definitely one of my top faves.
It's good. See, I don't drink a whole lot of really anything. I'm more of a coffee person than a beer person, so it's a whole new world to me.
Well, here,
That's why I watch your videos.
We'll introduce you to this, and in the mornings, maybe some mornings, we could do a coffee and game show.
Oh, that'd be nice.
I love coffee.
Coffee's like, it's the liquid of the gods.
Oh yeah, right down the street from us, next to the pharmacy, that little baking and coffee shop down there.
Yep.
Fresh grinds. They get in the Kona coffee beans. And they grind it there for you. It's magical.
That's why I stopped going to like Dunks and making my own coffee at home, because I actually got a coffee grinder.
Well,
so good.
They'll grind it to what your specifications are for the pot that you have, and then you can just make some Kona coffee.
Oh man,
have you had Kona coffee before?
I don't.
Yes.
Have we?
Well, not you.
Oh,
Yes.
I was gonna say, I don't know if I've had Kona coffee before.
It's magic. I love coffee, and it's magic.
Unless you have the Well, I guess the Monster's Kona coffee wasn't really Kona coffee.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take Monster and as an expert in coffee by any means.
Monster Coffee.
Yeah, Monster Eve coffee, it's Kona, but
Yeah, they made.
it's just a tropical tasty coffee.
So what do? They take the Kona beans, they take their monster drink, so they have coffee, and they just add cancer. So now you're hyper as fuck,
Basically.
and you're gonna die.
I mean, the Monster Java's not terrible, but it's definitely like coffee flavored, not so much like. Yeah, it's like those Starbucks drinks you buy in the can, like the double shots. It's like that.
Coffee flavored death.
Yeah.
I don't know if I trust the energy drinks that much.
No.
Although, we really shouldn't even really. I mean, with everything that I drink, I don't think I'm really one to talk.
That's fair.
But for the game tonight, we've got a really cool game lined up.
Yeah, you were telling me about that. Although I got my games completely mixed up when I was when you were making your comparisons, but that's okay.
Yep, it's a lot like Stardew Valley. It's called Gravekeeper.
It looks interesting.
And it's Graveyard Keeper. Got tongue tied there.
You did.
So it's a lot like a Stardew Valley, except with graves. You dig up.
Are you
graves,
keeping the graves? Like, are you the guy that like tends to everything, or is that just part of the name?
Yes, you've got to build up the graveyard. Eventually, you get to open up the church. You got to make sure that they stay kept. You got to basically keep improving, like the headstones and everything else. And you harvest pieces out of the body, maybe even some meat and stuff like that. And if you get it stamped like, oh, it's approved, safe for consumption, you can actually feed it to people. I mean, it's kind of a sinister
please.
game.
You're just gonna start up your own Soylent factory.
Pretty much, yes. It's actually a fantastic game. In fact, it's still in the alpha, but I reserved like the special edition, so they allow you to play the alpha as it's getting built. So basically, they'll make changes, you'll update it. It can wipe your save files, which they already warn you that hey, this is an alpha, we're redoing these builds, it can wipe your save files. Not a big deal.
At least they warn you.
Oh, they do, because this is the alpha portion of it, but it's so much, it's stupid fun. I mean, you go through it's a lot like with with a lot of those games where you start building their tools, you build a better set of tools, a better bench, a workbench. You basically start building up, kind of like the whole Terraria, Stardew Valleys, that you can make more complex things and make better things, harvest more things, and build up to make a nicer graveyard.
Make a nicer graveyard.
Yep. Well, I mean, your real goal is this poor guy was on his way home just picking up some groceries, and he's on his way to see his love, and before he gets to see her, he gets splattered. And then he wakes up in this place, and he becomes the new graveyard keeper, and he's like, I just want to go home. How can I go home? Well, there is a place you can teleport. Well, how do I do that? You got to make a better graveyard. So they basically, you get stuck being the
trying
new
to work,
graveyard keeper.
trying to work your way back from the dead kind of deal.
Pretty much, yeah. They're like, how can I actually make it to home and see my love? And, well, you gotta work.
Oh man.
And there's a village, and you're going in there, so you can trade. You get the death certificates, so you can trade in for money and other stuff. You can get beer and everything else, and wine, and so it's definitely a really neat concept.
It looked pretty good.
Very addictive gameplay, like I said, very reminiscent of like a darker Stardew Valley. Yeah, just add graveyard and Soylent Green. But it is stupid fun. My buddy Cecil, he got me hooked on it. Totally hooked on that. I would have more game capture footage, but as you know, is a corrupt OS from a bad Windows 10 update, and I lost a few hours of gameplay footage. Wah, wah.
Thanks, Windows. Thanks, Obama.
But the bummer wasn't having to replay the game, because I don't mind. The bummer is losing the game footage.
Yeah. Especially if you ended up doing something that you're like, I don't know if I can recreate that. Thank goodness I caught it.
Well, on a good note, I have a better feel for it now, so I'm actually doing a little bit better this time through, so I didn't do anything spectacularly unique.
That's good.
So
it's a plus, definitely.
It is. So let's take a look at that gameplay footage.
Yeah, let's hop on over to that.
Well, this is the Graveyard Keeper right here. And the story starts off pretty abysmal.
I'm digging the art style, though. Definitely digging the art style.
Yeah, Yeah, I definitely like how they present the beginning of this. And this is kind of just... The beginning's ironic right here. Yes, I love it.
Oh.
Womp womp. So you gotta love how you start off.
Yep, right into a car accident. Don't text and drive, kids.
No, he was texting and walking.
Don't text and walk, kids.
The car just didn't
It's
see him.
distracting to other drivers, especially in the rain.
Beep, 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 yeah.
So you've obviously met up with the Undertaker over here.
Hopefully he doesn't body slam you.
It's hard to tell if he's... Yeah, right? It's hard. I was going to say, it's hard to tell if he's more the Undertaker or like a plague doctor type.
But this game is very similar in style, both art and gameplay, to Stardew Valley. Just to give some
I'm getting
reference.
that, because like, it's even got that sort of, that same top-down RPG-esque sort of look to it.
Yeah, only actually you can garden too.
Ooh.
But your primary job is still to take care of the graveyard.
I mean, grave tending's kind of like gardening. Just you're planting people.
And
Instead
hopefully,
of-
you
hopefully they don't sprout.
you can grow some organs for the black market.
Yeah.
That's always fun.
Excuse me, I have to dig up my new kidney plants.
Kidney beans. Nyuk, nyuk.
What are these? These are my implants.
Dad jokes
But
galore. So yeah, you start off basically this hopping around skull is instructing you, but it has no memory of jack shit. So it's ever
It
so
almost
helpful.
looked like a chicken from this distance. But then I'm like, that almost seems too cheerful.
Yeah, that's too cheerful. There's a pissed off donkey. I was telling you.
Oh,
about.
okay, yeah. Bring out your dad.
He's not quite dead yet. He will be. And so the best part about this is that you harvest pieces and organs and parts from the bodies before burying them. And you can do stuff like sell the meat, so they can put it in dishes at the local tavern and inn. It's great. Little Soylent Green for everybody.
It's like MSG, but more effective.
Who knows? Maybe the little salt, little pepper, maybe the flavoring's not pretty bad. I mean, decent.
Could be. Must be if they're still getting it. It's like get a little touch of Sweeney Todd in your pies.
Yes. So a little touch of Stardew Valley, a little touch of Sweeney Pie. Sweeney Todd, Sweeney Pie.
Sweeney Pie.
Sweeney Pie. Stop this. So the game is actually made by Lazy Bear Games and published by Tiny Build. It's coming out, right now it's the alpha, but it's coming out August 15th.
Okay.
And it'll be out for PC and Xbox One. So pretty much you can buy it on, you'll be able to buy it on Steam hopefully soon. Yep, August 15th for Steam as well. So, hence the PC. But right now if you buy the, you have to buy at least, you can pre-order it, but if you pre-order it with the alpha pack, for a little bit more, you can play the alpha right now, and then the deluxe also includes the OST and the art book.
I love me some OSTs and art books, man.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, if you for digital, it'll all be digital, which that's what I did. But it's coming out pretty soon. Another 18 days or something.
I'm pumped for it.
Yeah,
It looks like a lot of fun.
I've been
is the
playing the
thing.
hell out of this. So, like I said, I just restarted the game for this, and I'm having a grand old time. Building stuff and harvesting the organs and pieces.
I see you're like planting something up here. Or are you burying a body? Is that
This is the sim part. This is the graveyard sim management portion of it, where right now I'm digging up. So you got to build the grave site basically.
Yeah.
Design it. Then you got to dig it. You got to go up. You got to snag that body, toss it in, like a sack of taters, and then you got to fill it back in.
Okay.
And the thing is, with each action you're doing as you're working, it starts lowering your energy too.
So you're kind of limited with the actions you can take in a day.
Yeah. So if you can't overwork yourself. You can only get to a certain point, and then you've got to get some sleep. But you also have health in this. So if you battle some monsters, because there's also some monster battling too and harvesting of pieces for resources. So say if you get hit by monsters and all beaten up, then you have to replenish your health as well. Like eat some food, drink some beer and wine, and
Now who's this guy hanging out by your house?
that right there is the bishop. That's kind of my boss. So this is the guy that just kind of shows up. It's like, tells me that if I want to become a cleric or open up the church and all that stuff, I got to get my this decrepit graveyard that's been abandoned for a while. I guess they've been missing the graveyard keeper for a little while. I've got to improve that to a certain standard, a certain point, and then I can start getting promoted, and you can unlock more stuff. And as you do actions, as you pick up these little gems that are almost like experience, you can unlock more things. Like, say, I can build more complex things, I can get better tools, I can start working with stone and iron. So you can really start making, you can start gardening around your house. So you can really start improving, everything that you do, and basically the quality of everything.
Now, is that your house right there?
Yep, that's the house that you're stuck in,
Okay.
your gravekeeper's house. Yeah, which also there's a big a subterranean area, which it can lead to. You can actually clear eventually you'll be able to clear the rubbish and all the collapsed archway, and you'll be able to actually branch out all over. There'll be this whole underground area. So.
Now, did you pick where the paths go through your little graveyard there, or did they set you up with the tic-tac-toe board?
No, that was pre-done. The
Okay.
tic-tac-toe board is there every time. So that's and this is like kind of like your technologies, your character. This is basically your tree where you start choosing which paths you want to take to start increasing your abilities. And see, there's the meat I harvested. You got your tools. You got your little repair kits, so you can start repairing some of the stone work and the woodwork around the graveyard, the graves themselves. And so for the first thing, this up here has a -28. So you start off as your graveyard shit. You want to get it to at least a +5 to get the first promotion.
Okay, what's the overall goal? Like, is there a number set, or is it just kind of just keep working at it?
I don't know. All I know
okay.
is the overall character's goal is he wants to earn the right to come back to life, I guess, or go back to the real world, or his home with his love.
Yep.
We're judging from the beginning of it. Right now, she's staring at a one sexy splat of hamburger right now.
Yeah. Hopefully, I don't know. I don't know how quickly she got there after the accident.
And she's probably gonna be
Wouldn't that
identified.
be? Was he getting called? Was that the thing?
By her?
What
Texted
if,
or called by her?
I was gonna say, what if that was her calling and she's the one that hit him? She was too busy calling him, didn't see him in the road, ran him over.
And the only thing better than that, yeah, beer sip time. The only better thing that is he finally gets to go back to life, go back to the real world. And she already found somebody else. Be like, wah, wah. That'd be like,
oh no.
That'd be like too close to real life.
It's a little too real.
Little too real. Too real.
What was I supposed to do? You were in a coma. And Shane was just so available.
What was he supposed to do? You look like shit. All hamburgery and shit.
We brought you home and tossed you on the grill.
It's like, here's Shane and here's you. You look like fucking Two-Face.
Now, do those grave sites do anything for you, or do they just take up space?
Well, that's part of how you increase you get the points. You increase kind of in levels. Is each time you get promoted, you've got a higher number to reach. So that's part of the number, is how elaborate, how nice are these grave markers, the stones around them, the little plots. And eventually you'll be able to chop down this stuff and expand the graveyard. So the bigger it is and the nicer it is, the more you get promoted, the more you unlock.
I'm so into it.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're going to have to crack into some more of that pretty soon.
Okay, so here you've got a sleep mechanic.
A sleep mechanic, yeah.
So then that regenerates your life, it looks like.
Yeah. Well, actually, that's not the life. That's the energy part that I was talking
okay.
about. How much endurance you have, basically, to do the work. Obviously, you don't sleep as long if you didn't use up as much in your energy or endurance. If you brain it all down like I like to, damn near to basically empty, as close as I can get, it takes a little bit longer. And then, of course, time progresses. You can also meet people at certain times. So you've got times a day, and you get seasons, too. So you can meet people at certain times, and you have jobs to do, and you can get through there certain, And, they might say some characters, NPCs you need to find, might only show up certain places at certain times on this little calendar dial right here, or time dial. So basically this is a medieval graveyard management sim with a little bit of extra stuff thrown in, like, gardening and other things. Monster squashing. I mean, in here, in the video, later in the video footage, I kill a couple slimes for the blacksmith, and then earn a few pieces of stuff to further improve my graveyard. It's basically nails and wood, so I can build some more wood markers. So I mean, it's still since I lost all that other work and footage, it's still the beginning of the game pretty much. But kind of get the see, here's the tavern. This is basically where you come, where you sell your wares. Like you bring in your death certificates for the bodies you've buried, and you trade it for money, which you can get alcohol and all that stuff. This is also where, if you get the royal stamp on the meat, you can sell your Soylent Green meat.
Ooh. Royally stamped meat.
Yeah, because they had an issue in the past they alluded to with meat in the past being less than stellar of its sources. So Soylent Green. So pretty much there's the way to do through it the royal way and getting really expensive, get the stamp out, all that stuff. Or you could talk to his buddy if you do a few jobs, unlock a few things, and find the area where this little buddy is. They got a counterfeit, so you get to counterfeit the royal stamp and sell some seriously shady meat.
I love selling me some shady meat.
I mean, I think that sounds like a new gamer tag, shady meat.
Shady meat. I gotta get on that before someone else does.
I know. The shady gamer tags.
Yeah.
Before somebody takes offense to it. My brother had forgotten about, my youngest brother forgotten about an old gamer tag he had on the first Xbox, originally. And it'd been a few years since he'd even played or touched it. He'd forgotten about it. And then Microsoft called him out on it, basically, we've suspended that, got rid of the gamer tag. Shame on you, because somebody suddenly found it and reported it. It was he's like, what? Oh yeah, I remember that one from several years ago.
Oh man,
the name was a clubbed baby seal. You've been killed by a clubbed baby seal.
Wow.
So somebody obviously that loves animals. Saw that, I don't know how they came across it, because it was inactive for a few years, but they obviously took offense.
Actively searching.
And they reported him to Microsoft, and he at first was confused, because he's like, fucking gamer tag. Oh shit, that was me. But then again, we know my brother's an asshole. But he's a funny asshole, but he's an asshole. So that's, so I think shady gamer tags are the best now. Although, unfortunately, you can't be too creative, because then you get banned permanently. And now they know who you are, your accounts, and everything else, so you'll never play again.
Yeah, I don't need that in my life. But
the shady
meat sounds like a pretty fun tag to have.
It doesn't sound bad enough to get you in trouble. I think that'd be a pretty creative one. Because let's just say that's what I'm doing in this game. My goal is to sell as much shady meat as possible in this game. That's my personal goal.
Sounds like a pretty good personal goal.
I mean, I'm just wondering if I can, and I don't know yet because I haven't gotten far enough, but as you get more abilities and harvest more pieces, I'm wondering how much you can use to, say, make chairs. Like, that leather chair is a special leather. Very thin and very soft, very thin, very delicate.
Just straight up Ed Gein, hanging out in the woods, working on his graveyard. Oh, you see that coffee table? It's the finest shins in the land.
Man, I'd have me a bone throne and everything. Thrown a bone, just like
the bone throne.
Yeah, just like the old magic card, man.
Just everyone that comes over, you greet him. Want a bone?
I'll be Skeletor when I thrown a bone.
Ah, He-Man.
I even use one of the skulls to make the mask. Ah, He-Man.
I'm just thinking, it doesn't matter what you're putting this character through. It doesn't matter if he makes it back to the real world or not. He's not going back without some sort of trauma.
Oh yeah, I mean, this guy's not going back whole.
No.
He's gonna have some serious, let's just say when he gets back, there is gonna be a psychologist with dollar signs in the eyes. I mean,
someone's gonna case study this man is what's gonna happen. I'm going to write my dissertation on you, and it's going to win me awards, and it'll be the last thing I ever do, because it's the only thing everyone's going to remember me for.
And then he's going to report him to the police, but since this is another world...
Yeah, there's no real evidence.
They're going to be searching forever, okay, this guy's just insane. But they're going to be looking, seriously trying to... You'd be looking for everything. Yep, there's a little... the handy-dandy skull that tells you how to... how to do everything, but he has amnesia, so he can only remember stuff at certain times. Like,
at
he'll
least
just
that's an
suddenly
okay
remember
way of
something.
explaining it.
Yeah. But then, of course, your guy's like, I'm from another world, how do I get back? And the one thing that the skull does remember is he's like, I wouldn't do that if I were you. I seem to remember that's how I lost my body.
Oh.
So there's that.
Oh, that'd be great. Endgame, you just, like, you finally, okay, I can get my way back. Decision, do you do it or not? And then you do it, and it's like...
Your happy skull.
Now you become the new skull.
The bouncing skull.
Yep. And the game starts all over again.
You now try to remember and try to help the other player. I wouldn't make a good, like, instructional skull. I'd be making up shit as I go along.
It's very important you sell all the shady meat possible. What? That doesn't sound... No, trust me. It's really important.
The town guards love bones. Just give them all kinds of bones. The constable, he collects skulls. Great idea.
Just send some. He likes it. He doesn't like you going in his house. Leave them on the doorstep.
That's gonna be a terrifying thing. What the... That would be like some serious, like, Crypt TV, you know, like the YouTube, the little horror shorts. They'd be like a Crypt TV serial killer short. Every time the cops open the door, there's another fresh skull. Like, what the hell?
Oh, man. Where are these coming from?
Your whole quest in life is to stop the asshole that's, like, harvesting skulls. What's cool, though, is I haven't done it, so I don't know what mechanic it serves. But you can also exhume the body, as in you can dig your bodies back up, too. I don't know what you can do with that, but I'm tempted to find out.
Shadier meat.
Yes. The tainted meat.
The tainted taint meat.
Who put their taint on the meat? It was me.
My finest tenderloin selects from my own personal shop.
Do I detect a hint of nut? The tainty meat.
It's extra salty.
Especially on those warm summer days.
Oh, God. I think I got a batch of swamp meat.
I'm gonna see just how bad you can do with the meat in this game. How much will they consume? To what level of degradation?
Half the city's wiped out.
by a plague of tainted meat.
By the other half of the city craving human flesh. You single-handedly started the zombie apocalypse.
Actually, if you take, like, say, Native American folklore, you create, like, half the town's Wendigos.
Yep. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be cool if they added that mechanic. Then you gotta avoid town, because you might get killed and eaten by a Wendigo. And I love how they have, like, the day-night mechanics in this, too.
There's that forever mist, though. The fog that's just on... Is it everywhere, or is it just in your little graveyard area?
I think it's primarily in the graveyard area, but I don't really notice it, like, during the day. Mainly I notice it during the night.
Like, I almost stopped noticing it, and then I was like, oh, wait, no, that's still there.
But there's also weather, too, so you can go out in pouring rain, or it could be nice sunny. So that all adds to it, which is fantastic.
You know what would be great is if they had, like, some animal characters in it, so then you can have it as, like, Animal Crossing over.
That would be cool.
Into the other realm.
Yeah, cool.
You end up in the underworld and they make you mayor.
What brand of dog food do you give them? Tainted meat?
Tainted meat brand dog food. Buy some for your pooch today.
Wendigos and human eating pets. I would really, like, ruin this world if I was a graveyard keeper. I mean, you don't want me down there. I'd be terrible no matter where you place me. There was I was telling about that's underneath the basement. You can get if you could fix that, clean that up. There's a whole subterranean area that leads to other areas.
Oh, nice.
So yeah. So you could also harvest some things and like reuse some things to get materials back at them, like nails and boards and stuff. And you can like build more chests and stuff like that if you need to. I've already built it's a sawhorse to do woodworking. So, and there is certain things that you can't, like, say, chop down yourself. Like, certain trees are too tough because you got a shitty rusty axe. And once you can actually craft better like axes, you can actually chop down the tougher, harder woods, the bigger trees. So there is some stuff where you're limited. So some of these
now it's
right
really
here,
foggy.
yeah, and some of these trees right here, you can't harvest some of the bigger ones, but you know, until you get the better tools.
I'm waiting for your town to just be so upset with your shady meat. They're like all hanging out outside the butcher shop. And you're like, what's going on here?
See,
And then it's like, we're trying to get purer meat. We have a Wendigo campaign. You can sign up online.
But you see, since I restarted the game, I haven't got the stamp yet, so I'm still just collecting shady meat.
Oh man!
But it is.
You'll
But it
have
is
the biggest
prime.
collection of shady meat. I hope. By the time it comes.
I also have the skins. I wonder if you can make like the scratch into the pig ears, the roasted, the crunchy skin. I wonder if you could do that. Like for the bar to go with the beer, like the salty pig skins and stuff.
Oh yeah, like pork rinds.
Yeah,
type
pork
deal?
rinds. I was trying to. Yeah, human pork rinds, man.
Oh man.
Bar full of Wendigos in no time, dude. Hopefully I can make armor because I don't want to get eaten too, because of my own rottenness. But yeah, this has been a hell of a lot of fun. I hope you definitely. I hope you get it soon, man. I hope you do test out the alpha because, they're gonna finalize the game and it'll be. I'm sure they're gonna do fantastic because, honestly, I have not had any problems with the alpha. The worst glitches I've seen so far has been a little bit of stuttering and jumping every once in a while. So, I'm pretty convinced they're gonna do a very good job. This is a very polished game already.
It looks pretty well done for something that's in alpha.
Yeah. It's and this is the latest, but I mean the jumping, a lot of the bad jumping and skipping around, that was actually in a previous version or update to this one. So I just uploaded the newest update too. So I'm very pleased, and I'd say this is on my list of must-buys. If you like management sims, like whether it be stuff like Stardew Valley, Harvest Moon, or this like Graveyard, obviously Graveyard version of it. For any fan of that genre of games, this is an absolute must-buy in my opinion.
It's got to feel like a Stardew Valley meets Tim Burton. A little bit.
This is Tainted Meat, Tainted Meat, Tainted Meat. All right, y'all have a good night. Welcome back. Hopefully you enjoyed the footage
And the banter.
and the banter of the Tainted Meat.
I'm so ready for this game now. Like, I was a little ready at the start, and now seeing all that, I want to make me a graveyard.
I got some meat pies in the basement.
Are they tainted?
Oh,
They-
they're full of nice taint. So that was great. So the Graveyard Keeper's a must-buy game, and this, I think, is a must-buy beer.
Yeah, they definitely seem like they pair well together.
What's great is for an IPA, this is not too hoppy or bitter, and with the fruity tones, it's crisp and refreshing. It's like it's summer.
It's like a fruit salad that warms you up on the inside.
It's like it helps freshen the tainted swamp ass.
It really does.
It does.
It would pair well with tainted meat.
It does. So beware the meat stand next to the graveyard, especially if I'm manning that station.
Don't buy meat from this man ever. It's probably tainted meat.
It's probably from the morgue.
Didn't even make it to the morgue. It was straight into the ground.
Wait, you have heard of aged meat, right?
Is that what you're selling?
Could be. Go dig it back up and aged to perfection.
It ages like a fine milk.
All smelling rotten and everything. So, have a good night. Thanks for watching. Where can the people find you at, man?
Oh, you can find me and all the stuff that I'm doing at YaDudeGamers.com. That's yeah with an H. Some people forget the H. It's important.
It is. And of course, if you're here, you found me on my YouTube channel. You can also go to my microbrewgamers.com for my website.
Heck yeah.
Prost!
Cheers.